Hello and welcome to the August 2020 Duel Commander XMage Tournament Finals. I'm Duelcaster Mage, bringing you the showdown as always, and we have two competitors here that I can't remember actually if Grosduk has been in the finals before, but TukTuk certainly has. TukTuk is running his patented Grenzo Dungeon Warden Goblins deck, and Grosduk is running Aminatou, a deck that we've seen two months in a row prior to this, actually. Japanese was playing it the prior 2 months. I'm actually waiting for one of the players to start. Looks like that guy's having some technical issues, but we're just going to go over the deck list real quick for you guys. And while we're waiting for them to get ready, we are going to take a look at the list here. So actually, let's look at the bracket first. Let me know if you guys are having any trouble hearing me or anything like that. So I also set up a notification for the Discord. Hopefully that's working too. We'll check that in a second. But yeah, so this tournament we had just a normal Duel Commander, no crazy stipulations or anything. This was for August, and here's the bracket. TukTuk made it to the finals from the upper bracket, defeating Japanese, Crimson King, and Grosduk already. So this is going to be a rematch of the semifinals. Grosduk came back down here and won an Aminatou mirror match in the lower bracket finals, meaning he's going to have to reface TukTuk, and we do best of five. Best of five for our finals match here, and TukTuk gets choice of play or draw for game one. That's how we do it, and yeah, you can see the whole thing here. Pretty straightforward double elimination tournament. Let's take a look at TukTuk's Grenzo deck here. I'm not really sure. Actually, this might have been the first time that M21 was legal on XMage, or not legal or implemented or whatever. So I think the biggest addition to this deck from M21 was Conspicuous Snoop, which is a super sweet card, kind of like a future sight for goblins. You can cast goblin spells from the top of your library, and as long as the top card of your library is a goblin card, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. There was some infinite loops with this card and Kiki Jiki, but I think he decided not to play that. So this might just be a value Conspicuous Snoop. Someone in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. There might be some combos I'm not seeing here. Other than that, I think this list is pretty much the standard goblins list. You got Judith the Scourge Diva as like one of the few non-goblin creatures because it's super good in this style of deck. And yeah, running 49 creatures, so almost entirely just creatures and lands. You got a couple instants, Deadly Rollic's Insane, and then a bunch of removal spells and Smuggler's Copter, because that card's also insane. Yeah, I had to play Grenzo list. Someone else is running Grenzo. Let's see. Brussels Sprout is running Grenzo. Go Grenzo. So many Grenzo fans in the house. What's up, Ajel? And I definitely duressed and totally whiffed because this deck's running half creatures. And that was a bummer. Okay, so the other player is Grosduk. Let's see if they're ready. Oh. Looks like they're ready. All right, so we're going to go over this Aminatou. It's actually a pretty standard Aminatou. You have like 7 planeswalkers, only 4 creatures, all of which are like insane enter the battlefield creatures. You got some artifacts, including Helm of Obedience, which is a win condition. And other than that, a lot of insane haymakers, some sweepers, balance, supreme verdict, terminus, and a lot of counter spells, and just like a typical control list. Okay. All right, let's jump in here, and let me make sure I switch my scene back. Okay. So welcome everyone. We're getting this show going finally, and TukTuk is going to be on the play. TukTuk's going to be on the bottom of your screen. I'll try to make sure I can see each player's hand cards here. What's up, Archlish? Good luck and have fun. Go Grenzo. Any Aminatou fans in the house? We're all cheering for Grenzo here. It's hard not to like Grenzo. Okay, I'm looking at Aminatou's hand. Sorry, Grosduk's hand. And sometimes for game one I can't necessarily switch hands. Okay, we might only see Grosduk's hands for this game, but that's okay. You know, TukTuk or Grenzo plays from the bottom of his deck a lot of the time. Ooh, turn 1 Goblin Lackey. Wow, that is insane. And I don't think that Grosduk has anything to counter that unless he draws something. Got pretty good start. I mean, Ancestral Vision turn 1 follow up with Mana Leak's usually pretty nice, but being on the draw here is pretty rough. Not that you could have Mana Leaked the Lackey either way. Okay, so we're going to fetch some sort of land here. We might be able to see TukTuk's hand for game 2, but for now it looks like we're just going to have to stick with Grosduk's hand. All right, let me just... Okay, we got Ancestral Vision suspended. Let me double check and make sure this thing... Okay, sweet, sweet. Okay, that worked. Awesome. How are you guys doing today? Anyone tuning in that's not from Europe right now? Because I know we got Japanese tuning in super early from the Philippines, which is super awesome. All right, what are we going to hit with Goblin Lackey here? Man, it seems like this card is just, even though it's like you think it would just hit so often, like in my experience, it's like super rare for this to actually hit. All right, what do we got? We don't have like anything super crazy in this deck, do we? Siege Gang Commander. Oh, do we have Krenko, a 10-strip Kingpin? That is insane. Even just getting like a 3-drop, that's like such a huge tempo play. Look at this. 3 must deal with goblin threats, and you can't even Aminatou player doesn't even have 2 mana up to Mana Leak anything, but if somehow we can get around to get that Parallax Wave going, that should be pretty strong. Yeah, Krenko is crazy because it goes tall and wide. Krenko is a very strong pedigree in terms of solid cards. And now TukTuk can just sit here and pass a turn and activate Grenzo if he wants to, and put goblins into play with Goblin Lackey. Like, there's really not even a need to cast spells if he doesn't want to. But it looks like Grosduk is having to play this Wishclaw Talisman as a kind of a desperation play. Might be able to get balance or something next turn to wipe out the creatures. So I don't think I can still see. Okay. So I don't think TukTuk is running really any artifact removal. But that will mean that the Wishclaw Talisman is probably going to go back to TukTuk. TukTuk will be able to tutor something with that, ostensibly, if it comes to that. But yeah, I think balance will be enough to kind of stabilize the board a bit here. So now TukTuk's in a kind of a really tough spot, because how much do you commit to the board, right? Given that they have an on the board demonic tutor. It's pretty interesting. Ancestral Vision has three time counters on it. Take a look at the graveyards too, just in case that's relevant. All right, TukTuk has been playing Grenzo for as long as I've known him online. One of the one of the premier experts in this deck in the whole world, I would have to imagine. Gonna go bigger with Mad Anti, so I guess he's not worried about balance or not thinking about balance. To me, balance is the most obvious card, because you have to pay 1 to activate this Wishclaw Talisman. So I mean, look at this though. 3 Krenko is so insane. Just get 3 2/2 goblins for free, and you got Krenko for free. I don't think he had a goblin to put into play with Lackey though. So that's a lot of damage. Balance should wipe them out. But then Grosduk's going to have to discard actually just 1 card, I think. Oh no, we haven't drawn a card for the turn yet. So yeah, I mean, I think you got to go for balance here. I think it's the only thing that might be able to get him out of this situation. That is maybe the most explosive start I've ever seen from Grenzo. Lackey into free Krenko. Yeah, there's the balance. Yep. Gonna have to discard 2 cards to the balance, but I mean, hey, you can't really complain. You have a 2 mana way to wipe the board in your list. Pretty good. Deadly Rollick? Wait, what? Oh, he could have Deadly Rollick one of his own goblins just so Grosduk has to discard an extra card. That is a really nice play, actually. Very heads up play by TukTuk. So I'm assuming we're going to see probably, well, Parallax Wave currently does not have double white for Parallax Wave, but that is probably the best card in his hand. What else are we going to keep? Like the Tar Pit, given that the Tar Pit doesn't make white, I probably would discard the Tar Pit. Maybe keep Narset? Narset is a form of card advantage. Her passive doesn't really do much against Grenzo, but you got to reload after this balance kind of wipes out your hand, I would imagine. Could make an argument for keeping Watcher for tomorrow as a recurring source of card advantage, given that you do currently have the mana to cast Aminatou. Oh, Watcher for tomorrow and Mana Leak. Interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. I would have been tempted to keep the Parallax Wave, but I guess no guarantee to get that second white source. Okay. Back to TukTuk. Gotta rebuild. After that smoking fast start. And you already got a 10 point hit on Grosduk for all that. But, I mean, you really don't want to activate this Wishclaw Talisman and give it back to Grosduk, because Grosduk can repeatedly activate it with Aminatou, which is insane. You probably want to activate this the turn in which you're going to kill the other player. Would be what I would imagine. There's a Prismatic Vista, so we could recast Grenzo. We'll see if that bears out here. Dun, dun, dun. So if balance wasn't legal in this format, I think that would have been just straight up game over. I don't think there would have been a single 2 mana card that could got him out. Okay, wow. Activating Wishclaw Talisman, that is a bold move. Maybe there's a goblin that can blow up an artifact. There's a goblin lord that can sacrifice a goblin, destroy an artifact, but I don't think he's running it. What is that one called? Let me take a look and see if I can figure it out. Trashmaster. Never mind. Goblin Trashmaster is a good one. But that's obviously not going to be the play here. Okay, Goblin Recruiter. Obviously an insane card. Must have been what he got with that Wishclaw Talisman. So he can stack top of his deck, and with 4 mana, that should be enough to cast a huge number of goblins. So this card is insane, obviously, but especially insane with the new Conspicuous Snoop, because you can get the Snoop and then stack, play goblins from the top of your deck, kind of as much as you have mana for. But I think Mana Leak might interrupt that plan. Yeah. It's a really risky play, though, because, I mean, Grosduk still has, 2 cards in hand, could have removal for the Snoop, but I guess that's fine. I guess he's just getting, infinite gas here either way. But you're giving the Wishclaw Talisman back to Grosduk, which is very risky. So I think, well, actually what Grosduk can do is just... tutor for a land and then cast Aminatou and then flicker the Wishclaw Talisman. Oh, Grosduk can blink the Talisman with Aminatou under TukTuk's control anyway, so it makes sense to use it given the chance. Oh, okay. I thought you had to This is just anything you own? Oh, right. Okay. Good call, Archlish. I for whatever reason that never came up when I was playing Aminatou, so I kind of blank spaced on it. Yeah, this is not a foregone conclusion by any stretch, because I mean this is going to be, I mean, Grosduk's going to have a lot of options with this talisman. Yeah. Recruiter pile is insane. What's the recruiter pile? Give me the like top 4 of the stack, you think? Is it change depending on the matchup, or is it always just like strictly best pile sort of thing? Let's not forget that there's a Ancestral Vision with 2 counters left too. 5-minute commercial break to find all the goblins. Yeah, I feel like TukTuk should know what he wants pretty well here. I mean, this can't be the first time in this. He's been playing Goblin Recruiter for years. So. Oh, man. Esports. If you guys are wanting to see the deck list, I have links for you. So, what's new? What decks are you brewing? Is anyone playing in the QK's Archon tournament in September? Or our next XMage League for September? I have the, oh, here we go. I have the sign up link in the description of the video below. Okay, so I don't think we can see, oh my god. There's like 25 goblins here. I don't think us or Grosduk is privy to the order in which these are stacked, but I got to imagine, like, let's see here. There's some sort of thing with Conspicuous Snoop and Skirk Prospector and Pashalik Mons that I think can win the game pretty much automatically. But Mana Leak should stop the Snoop, I think. If he's going for Snoop first, we shall see. All right. Anything? What else is interesting in here? Goblin Ringleader. I never really like process in my mind the mental art for this card, because in my mind it's always the Apocalypse art, not this one. Goblin Chirurgeon's pretty nice one. Goblin Bushwhacker can give everything haste if they want to go the attack route. Pashalik Mons. This card is like, every time I face Grenzo and I feel like, oh, I got a turn, and then Pashalik Mons is on the field, it's like, oh, I slowly just, my hopes and dreams just die a slow death as I realize I'm going to die that turn instead of like waiting any longer. Knucklebone Witch can get huge along with Skirk Prospector, sacrifices. There's just some like beaters. Mog Conscript. Your weak squad's kind of a nice one too against Aminatou, because take apart the Helm of Obedience combo, leave them with a dead card, take away the mass removal, and it's just a 3 mana 5/3 goblin. Vile Smasher, obviously nice. Oh my goodness! So we had to wait like 5 minutes for him to select this pile, and then you have to like choose the order. You must have like some sort of notepad, right, to like help yourself remember the order you want things. There's no way otherwise. This just seems like excessive, right? Like, would you ever need all of these? Maybe. Oh yeah, Tarfire. Tarfire's a goblin. That's sweet. What else can search for Tarfire? What are the other like combos with Tarfire in this deck, I wonder? Always gives me brain damage to set up piles with a critter on XMage. I can imagine. Yeah, this is not a card that they would ever print anymore. Definitely a bygone era card design. Let me take a look at the list again. What else interacts with Tarfire. Is there like whenever you cast a goblin? Huh. Goblin Warchief doesn't count. It's close. I don't know what the other combos are with Tarfire. Ay ay ay. What are we gonna put on top here? I don't know. Okay, it looks like we're wrapped up. I don't know what the if there's an infinite combo here. TukTuk's apologizing in the chat. I feel like you have to apologize when you cast Recruiter. What is the slow play allowance for that card in real life, I wonder, by the way. All right, we're back. All right, Grosduk draws Preordained, so I would imagine you want to cast that, try to hit a land drop. Yep, looks like that's going to be the case. Got the white border Goblin Recruiter, by the way, for extra tilt factor. There's Fabled Passage. Nice. Imagine that's going to be getting planes. Or passing the turn. Okay, that might give TukTuk a little pause. So, why wouldn't he use... Why wouldn't you use Wishclaw Talisman there if you have an extra mana? I'm kind of confused. Oh, wow. TukTuk had an extra land in hand. So he could play Conspicuous Snoop and get around Mana Leak. Ooh, we're going to go for Earwig Squad instead, which is going to get Mana Leaked, I'm sure. But and good play under normal circumstances, because that could take away a lot of the talisman targets. That's why I only play it in paper. You just take half your deck. By the time your opponent looks through you, you can think that, oh, you take your time. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, that's got to be better on in paper. All right, Ancestral Vision's going off. So I don't think this game is over necessarily at all by any stretch. I got Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, Logic Knot, Mana Tithe, and a Glacial Fortress. So we got 5 mana to work with. I assume he's going to want to keep Logic Knot up because he's got a fully stocked graveyard. So we could see like Aminatou hold up Logic Knot, or we could play Watcher for Tomorrow, hold up Logic Knot and Mana Tithe, which is pretty nice. Is this guy running Demonic Consultation? Is that card even legal? I don't even remember if that card's legal in Duel Commander. Maybe it's banned. Is this just a value Jace? How do we deck ourselves? Is Demonic Consultation banned in Duel Commander? I really should know that. Okay, Grosduk's still thinking. I gotta figure this out here. It's not banned. Demonic Consultation is not banned. So why would you not run Demonic Consultation if you're running Jace? It's too risky otherwise? I don't know. Tainted Pact is a combo with Jace. Oh yeah, Tainted Pact. That's right. All right, Aminatou coming out. Kind of a little surprised, just because you can't use the mana with Wishclaw Talisman and hold up the Logic Knot. So this Aminatou really isn't going to do much right now, I don't think. We could plus. Could plus to put a dead card back and then shuffle library with Fabled Passage. I'm sure he's running Tainted Pact. Yeah. Tainted Pact, another payoff for going 3, 4, 5 color. Yep, we're gonna shuffle away a card. Ooh, we got another fetch land. So could shuffle away 2 cards. What do we put back? Watcher for Tomorrow. Looks like he does not want Watcher for Tomorrow, but he could decide later, depending on what TukTuk does. So TukTuk is kind of, wow, drew all this mana, which is actually pretty good. Goblin Ringleader. I would have thought Snoop would have been higher in the pile, but I guess I'm wrong. I'm sure this is gonna get logic knotted, and then TukTuk might have a tough road, but I guess still got that Conspicuous Snoop. I got to imagine Conspicuous Snoop is near the top here. Okay. Logic knot for x equals 3. Do we even attack Aminatou? Or do we just go for face with this 1 damage from a Goblin Ringleader? I guess you just go face. I don't know. All right, we're exiling Parallax Wave and 2 lands to counter unless pays 3, which is impossible. Actually, it was pretty nice that TukTuk had so many extra lands in hand when balance went off, because then he could totally stack, you know, infinite goblins on top of the deck with Recruiter. I mean, just nonstop gas. All right, we're gonna go face. I like that. I like that strategy. Okay. Back to Grosduk. Draws another fetch land. Jace comes down. Tightening the grip with the Planeswalkers. I wonder if there's anything that he could do to like tutor up to like make TukTuk shuffle his deck. There aren't many cards that do that. Okay. Fetching before activating Jace. Interesting. Alright, because I guess you just really wanted to scrub land. Alright, we're going to activate Wishclaw Talisman. Not holding up Mana Tithe, so we're going to get a 1 mana card. Yeah, interesting game. Grosduk, this Wishclaw Talisman was such an MVP. I mean, without that balance, this game would have been just over on turn 3. Tainted Pact. All right, we have the win all set up here. So let's see if Aminatou gets the Wishclaw Talisman back. Oh, untapping Tundra. Ooh. Oh, right. Okay. Wow. That's game. Yep. Tainted Pact. Exile Library. Kill with Jace. Nice. All right, let's see if I can switch hands now. No, I cannot. All right, let me update my my game score here. So Grosduk takes a 1-0 lead in the finals, breaking serve right off the bat. All right, ooh, good hand. Good hand for Grosduk. I cannot see TukTuk's hand, unfortunately. Yeah, this XMage is buggy sometimes. All right, that's okay. So, TukTuk is deciding whether to mulligan. I'm sure Grosduk's gonna keep this hand. Pretty much everything you want. You got Mental Misstep, Baleful Strix, Liliana, a Wrath. Okay. TukTuk and I were trying to figure out if there was a way we could get it so I could see his hand. Foundry Street Denizen, get in there, buddy. Limited All-Star. Gonna get mental misstepped anyway. The mighty Foundry Street Denizen has fallen, which is actually I guess a pretty strong. Okay, here we're gonna see TukTuk's hand the hard way. Let's get Taxium Probe. Oh, didn't show it to us. Oh, there we go. No, that's just the graveyard. Never mind. Don't get discouraged by this little girl hexes. Yep, that's Aminatou for you. Just chilling there in this like actual fishnet, gross something or other. Oh man, it doesn't say reveal, so we can't see what Grosduk saw with Taxium Probe, but Grosduk knows what what TukTuk has. Wow, Terminus is I just realized not nearly as good against Grenzo as it is against most decks, because it's definitely a double-edged sword against Grenzo, which can just tutor from the bottom of their deck. That's pretty amazing. Okay, I got to see. TukTuk showed me his hand in a private message here. We have unclaimed territory, so just one other land. We have Metallic Mimic, Goblin Trashmaster, Goblin Warchief, and Chain Lightning. So there comes the Metallic Mimic. Unclaimed territory is the the sad Cavernous Souls variant that we have to play, but that's okay. Does that... It is what it is. All right. Looks like Grosduk took 2 damage off that Taxium Probe. They didn't really need to take. We're going to fetch basics here, even though TukTuk is not running Blood Moon, and Grosduk should know that if he looked at the list. I don't know if there's any way for TukTuk to punish non-basic lands, but in any case, Baleful Strix is pretty nice. Grosduk has a pretty big advantage here. I mean, look at this. There's like 4 removal spells in here, 2 of which are master removal spells. That is just insane. One of which gains life. Skirk Prospector. Okay. Chain Lightning. Skirk Prospector must have been his draw for that turn. Yes. Yes, it was. So, still got a Lightning Bolt too, so we can take out other Planeswalkers with that. Looks like we're just going to try to beat down here while the getting's good. It'd be interesting to see if Grosduk decides to play a Toxic Deluge here or not. Could play Oath of Kaya, try to get him to commit more to the board. Nope, we're gonna go with Toxic Deluge for 2. And TukTuk is gonna be in rough shape here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Awkward Darkslick Shores and Concealed Courtyard. So had Grosduk played this Concealed Courtyard last turn, he could have actually played 2 untapped lands in a row instead now this Darkslick Shores is going to have to come into play tapped. Okay, so kind of similar to last game, Grosduk's down to 10 life on like the turn 3, but ooh, this is a new one too, Goblin War Driver. I don't think TukTuk has a land because I think he would have played Goblin Warchief if he had a land. But this guy's so cute. He's got the beatdowns going. So I think we're probably going to see either Liliana or Oath of Kaya here because currently nothing to abuse with Aminatou. Yep, here comes the Liliana, and that's going to be pretty brutal. Although, if TukTuk draws a land, he's going to have a haste creature to take out the Liliana with. So TukTuk really needs to draw a land here. Do we get there? He's running 40 lands, which is pretty high for a deck with this low of a curve, but you really want a lot of lands with your Grenzo deck because you have you know, infinite mana sink, basically. Ooh, having to use the lightning bolt on Liliana. Not ideal. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Because... True name Nemesis. True skill Nemesis. My favorite card ever. Alright. Ooh, what do we have? Yep. Conspicuous Snoop, Goblin Warchief, Trash Master. I suppose you go for the Warchief? Yeah, because that's the one that has haste. And there comes Aminatou. I kind of surprised you didn't play True Name there, but what are you gonna do? Terminus on top, so has the ability to Terminus now. Just deterministic. Auntie's Hovel revealing Conspicuous Snoop. Okay, there's Conspicuous Snoop. He's gonna be if he gets a okay, there's a land. So top card of TukTuk's deck is a land, which is good for playing Trash Master, but yeah, this is looking over. So Terminus is revealed, but I doubt Grosduk is one I actually want to cast that. Unless he wants to cast it before playing True Name Nemesis. But I don't know. Oh, he's gonna actually miracle this. Okay. So if TukTuk, I guess TukTuk can just now play this land, play Grenzo, and get Conspicuous Snoop back from the bottom of his deck, which is kind of insane. But we get to get our pick of the top 4 cards here with Hideaway. That's pretty nuts. I guess he's hoping to hit like a counterspell here. We cannot see, unfortunately. Actually, we'll see in a second. Did he hit a counterspell? Counterspell would probably lock this game up for good. Go for the throat. Well, that's pretty good too. So TukTuk has Verdant Catacombs on top of the deck, Conspicuous Snoop on the bottom of the deck. I got to imagine you just run out Grenzo here. Oh, the fetch shuffles the Snoop. Oh, good point, Vetinari. Good point. Oh man, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So, are you still gonna play? Is it still best to play Grenzo here anyway? That is really awkward and unfortunate. All right, I'm gonna play Grenzo anyway. And you got like about a 50% chance to hit a goblin here. He's got a lot of hasters, so maybe he wants to do it now. Although, yeah, I mean, you probably want to do it now because this thing's tapped. Well, this thing, I suppose this thing will stay tapped pretty much forever. Unless Aminatou player wants it to be untapped. We're going to do it now. Try to hit a haste creature. Oh, man. Shuffling that Snoop was... Ooh, we did. Wow, Goblin Chieftain. What? That's even better. That's insane. So we can take out Aminatou, I suppose. Oh, we're going to go for the throat. That's right. Womp womp. Well, that's still card advantage. Still card advantage. TukTuk went on an emotional roller coaster there, I'm sure. Felt super pumped and then super deflated. But that's what's like playing against Aminatou, so what are you going to do? Oath of Kai is going to take out Grenzo. And we're going to see a True Name and a Watcher for tomorrow. I guess Watcher for tomorrow can get in for 2. Aminatou can blink Watcher. And then we can play True Name probably. Goblin Lives Matter. GLM, poor Chieftain. Yep. Why wouldn't you attack with Watcher, flicker it, and then depending on what you see, decide to play True Name? I'm not really sure, but I mean, I can't imagine there's any way out for this for TukTuk now anymore. Yep, flickering we'll watch out for tomorrow. What do we have? What did we have under here before? Tails and counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or legendary spell. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll give True Nemesis this. At least it's ending this game. Okay. I mean, yeah. I think I would have scooped there even without the True Name, but the True Name certainly put a clock on. All right, let's see if I can see TukTuk's hand. Still can't see TukTuk's hand. I gotta update my scores too. Grosduk comes out with a commanding 2-0 lead in the finals here. Winning on both the play and the draw thanks to some mass removal and just like a ton of removal in general. And TukTuk's, you know, the Goblin deck can shrug off a certain amount of removal. There's some card advantage, there's some token making and stuff, but can't do that forever. Ooh, okay, this hand looks good. So Grosduk mulliganed, and we see a 2-lander, but it has Demonic Tutor and Balance, two of the most busted cards in the format, along with Mental Misstep and Inquisition to make sure the coast is clear for Balance. And when you mulligan, Balance is like... when you mulligan down to Balance, both players mulligan down. Yeah. Pretty good card. And Grosduk's on the draw, so... Put Demonic Tutor back. Wow. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. Because you get to go Inquisition, hold up Mental Misstep. Yeah, I suppose Grosduk leads off with Command Tower here, so we can go with Inquisition. Auntie's Hovel. Oh no. TukTuk accidentally put Auntie's Hovel in play without pushing Show Goblin, so let's roll back here. Hopefully this doesn't break the game. Oh boy. Rollbacks on XMage are always a bit of a little dicey. Alright, so TukTuk's hand, I get to see. Okay, we know Auntie's Hovel, Goblin Arsonist, Chain Lightning, Pashalik Mons, Goblin Matron, Swamp and Mountain. Alright, what? I guess maybe there's some bug with Auntie's Hovel where it's not... I think there's a bug with Auntie's Hovel where it's not letting him put it into play untapped, unfortunately. Hope that doesn't decide. Hovel used to be bugged. I feel like, yeah, I mean, looks like it, but man, you'd have thought that that would have come up before in this tournament, you know. Okay, well, Goblin Arsonist gets Mental Misstepped. I think Grosduk's just misstepping the first thing he could possibly do, because Arsonist itself is not like that big a deal. Wow, Thoughtseize and Inquisition, so whew, this is gonna be rough for TukTuk yet again. All right, Inquisition. So you guys can see the hand now. We get this. Any of these cards can be taken. I guess you probably want to take Pashalik Mons, I would imagine. So this Auntie's Hovel can be played tapped, and it's not really going to affect too many. Actually, it will affect things. Yeah, Auntie's Hovel coming into play tap might have a big effect on this game, unfortunately, because you might want to play like one of these 3-drops on turn 3. So what do you take if you're Grosduk here? I would just probably take Pashalik Mons if it was me, but I guess Matron can find Recruiter if the game goes late enough. Recruiter is, you know, one of the best cards, obviously. I think either way, like you take one of these 2 3-drop goblins and then take the other one with Thoughtseize next turn. Either way, would be my guess. I don't think you care about Chain Lightning that much. I mean, Chain Lightning can kill Teferi. All right. So, yeah, this Anti-Saval, man, what a bummer. That could really make a difference this game. Ugh, hate to see that. What? Oh, wow. So, looks like TukTuk would instead of playing Grenzo, is going to put Anti-Saval into play tapped. That's really rough. I mean, I'm sure he would have played Grenzo. Ooh, Judith. Judith was the draw. What do we take? Pashlike Mons or Judith? Probably Pashlike Mons here, right? I would think. I think it's a more scary card, but yeah, this is nuts. Well, the good news for TukTuk is Grosduk is still missing his third land drop, so now I'm gonna take Judith. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that bug is brutal. Really brutal. We're gonna play Judith. No, sorry, Judith got taken with that. So we're gonna play Pashlike Mons, and if Grosduk doesn't draw a land, I mean, he's gonna have to either pass a turn or play Balance, and Balance will destroy one of TukTuk's lands. But okay, drew a land anyway, so that's probably gonna be game. Yeah, that's ugh, hate to see that. Hate to see that bug. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what do you do here? I guess you play Oath of Kaya here, would be my guess. No, we're gonna play Teferi. Teferi, which can get Chain Lightninged. I guess he doesn't really care about that too much. Draw another land, which is pretty nice. Obviously, the Aminatou player. Yeah, this Grenzo not being in play here is just. I guess maybe Balance would have gotten cast, but that sucks. That sucks big time. Okay, so yeah, should not have had to use this Chain Lightning on Teferi, but here we are. So Teferi goes down. Man, instant speed Balance. How nuts would that be? Draw step Balance. Wow. Suppose. Okay, we didn't know about Skirk Prospector. Being a little bit careful with Grenzo. He wants to get at least one Grenzo activation. But it looks like Tail's End might take care of Grenzo now. So I suppose Grosduk can. Yeah, if he wants to keep Tail's End up, he's going to have to not play anything this turn. I don't think you want to Balance just to kill a 1/1. And then have to discard a card. But if TukTuk then plays something besides Grenzo next turn, then this Tail's End would have been a waste. But you really got to counter Grenzo. It's funny that TukTuk prefers these old or newer style arts. I kind of like the old art for the goblins and stuff, but that's just me. All right, Oath of Kaya comes down, and does this still gain him life? I think he can blank it by sacrificing the goblin. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misreading that. Let's find out here in a second. Yep, blanks the life gain. But that Oath of Kaya is going to be able to be flickered with Aminatou. There's Grenzo. Better hit something good. Man, I don't even know. What do you get that Oath of Kaya doesn't just destroy here horrendously? Also have two mystery cards in TukTuk's hand that we don't know about. All right, ending the turn. Okay. All right. Grosduk untaps. Force of Will, that's a good one. Has a use for Tail's End now, even if he doesn't want to. But I mean, I feel like you probably want to just. Oh, balance! Wow. Balance is a 1-for-1 removal spell. So you're gonna, I guess, yeah. I mean, even if you activate Grenzo now, card's gonna die. I guess there's some creatures with dice triggers. Is there a point to activating Grenzo right now? In terms of lands and cards in hand, they're totally equal. Kind of surprised by this play, actually. Would have thought he would have gone for the Aminatou Flicker Oath of Kaya. Because, like, you can just keep doing that. Like, if TukTuk replays Grenzo, just, like, Oath of Kaya, Flicker it again next turn. And flip Recruiter, that would be nuts. Archlish, yes, certainly. Probably going through his list right now, seeing what the good flips are. Recruiter would be really nuts. But gotta get some sort of board presence here. Both players are down to very few resources. Grosduk had a connection problem. Uh-oh. We're just going to make sure Grosduk's connection is okay. So he disconnected for 58 seconds. This lets you keep Tail's End for the Grenzo next turn. Yeah, but like, you can kill Grenzo with another with just flashing the Oath of Kaya, right? So that's just one loyalty off on Aminatou. That's a pretty low cost. You can also Tail's End. TukTuk says, please let there be a bug where if you play balance, you get disconnected. Uh-oh, it says connection. Something bad happened with his connection. Uh-oh. We might have to give TukTuk the win for that game. TukTuk might have had a saving grace here by internet gods, as it were. If Aminatou and TukTuk flip something, Aminatou can just be killed. That's true. That's a good point. Okay, let me... Okay, he's trying to reconnect, so we're gonna probably have to give TukTuk a game win here for that, because that was... Yeah, that was not TukTuk's fault there. So I'm gonna give TukTuk a win, and we're gonna go to game 4, and hopefully, I mean, there was the that's sucky, but I feel bad for TukTuk too, just because of that Auntie's hovel bug and all that stuff. So. So just waiting for Grosduk to get back in. Kind of a messy game, unfortunately. The first two were pretty clean. Sorry about that, guys. All right, looks like we're going to get started here shortly. Grosduk is back. All right, well, looks like we will get a little more exciting conclusion to this finals match, just because it was looking like TukTuk was losing that game pretty effectively. But part of that was the Auntie's Hovel bug too, so it was kind of like, eh. Obviously, disconnecting is way worse. Okay, so we're at 2-1 and going to game 3. Hopefully this time I can see both players' hands. What happened? Oh, we remade it. Hope everyone's having a nice end to the summer. All right, here we go. All right. Thanks for waiting, guys. So, game 4. Grosduk leads 2-1. TukTuk's on the bottom. Yeah, XMage shuffles up the orientation of the players. Ooh, okay, we can see TukTuk's hand this time, so that's kind of nice. Oh, got the Auntie's Hovel again. Oh no. Not Auntie's Hovel. That really sucks because he's got another tap land too. All right, currently, okay, Grosduk's taking a mulligan. Currently, I can only see TukTuk's hand, but at least that's a little bit of a change of pace from what we were doing. All right, I can see both hands. All right, so sweet. Grosduk. This is an interesting hand. Like Reflecting Pool, but no blue source. But got Caves of Kolos and Reflecting Pool, so you can cycle Miscalculation. I'm going to keep that one rather than go down to 5 cards. You can still play Vindicate and Kaya, but not having access to Spell Snare is really unfortunate. All right, so... Oh, wait, Grosduk actually mulled to 5. Wow, okay, never mind. I was wrong. Grosduk mulliganing to 5. Ouch. So I assume we're gonna... Ooh, man. Are we gonna keep a land or... Mental Misstep or Inquisition? This is kind of rough. There's no payoff for Aminatou in this hand. What would you guys keep out of this one? I think I would be a little scared to put a land back, but you could get Tundra and then have a lot of different mana options with Urborg, but then you couldn't play Counterspell. If you put the island back, I think you either put Mental Misstep or Inquisition. Probably Mental Misstep, because Inquisition can take out some kind of nutty 3-drops, but he's clearly in the tank about it. Oh wow, TukTuk mulliganed as well. I think either they're both debating. Okay, are they both going down to 5? Wow, they're both going down to 5. Do we get to see what Grosduk here? Okay, Grosduk. Oh, actually, okay. So Grosduk threw back the Inquisition of Kozilek. It's keeping the lands and 2 counterspells. And let's see TukTuk's 5. Okay, this he can't escape this Auntie's Hovel. Oh no! Wow. All right, so Grosduk. Yeah, Grosduk is on the play. That makes sense. Okay, so we have Lightning Bolt is for the draw for TukTuk. I mean, man, how is he just he's just cursed this Auntie's Hovel? I mean, he might try to play it, I guess, but I mean, I think you just got to play. Oh, it worked that time? Wow. All right, so did have the one drop is going to get mental misstepped. But I think TukTuk's just happy that the Auntie's Hovel came into play untapped, but also very upset that Skirk Prospector got countered because that was going to be pretty important, especially with Mog War Marshal in hand. Okay. Well, XMage didn't completely fail us, but I mean, wow, look at this. Grosduk is down to wow, Oath of Kaya, what a draw. That's crazy. And counterspell. That's all he really needs to win this game, actually. Or put this game basically out of reach. So you're gonna counter. Ooh, we're gonna play Goblin Instigator first. Interesting. That's actually a pretty smart play, I think, from TukTuk's point of view. You want to spread your threats out so you can attack Aminatou or whatever. But it's going to get counterspelled. It seems like Grosduk is pretty being pretty aggressive with these counters. Pashalek Mons was the draw. And Grosduk keeps hitting land drops, which I suppose is pretty nice. I think you want to play Urborg here. No, Averting Catacombs. I thought you would want to play Urborg here just because you want to maybe shuffle after using Aminatou, but what do I know? All right, here comes Aminatou. I mean, TukTuk already has 2 black mana, so Urborg isn't really helping him that much. So sweeper and solid life gain removal in hand. That's pretty strong. Let's go back to TukTuk here. What do we got? Command Tower, that's pretty strong too. Okay. So we're gonna see Mog War Marshal. Interesting. Yeah, you wanna. I think he's gonna save his Grenzo until he can get at least 1 use out of it. And it'll be interesting to see if he pays the Echo here, I guess. Also, Lightning Bolt can take out Aminatou now if Aminatou minuses, which is probably somewhat likely here. No, we're gonna keep going up in loyalty. Glacial Fortress is another draw, so plenty of lands. Glacial Fortress is pretty important though because it lets him allows him to cast Supreme Verdict, which he previously did not have double white for. So we're deciding what to put back. Putting back Supreme Verdict once again. There's Oath of Kaya. Oath of Kaya, I would imagine, is going to hit the Goblin token. Not the Mog War Marshal to make it just tough for Grosduk or TukTuk to decide if he wants to pay Echo on this thing or not. And that is indeed the case. Aminatou getting close to ultimating, but probably not going to happen. And yeah, that's not even that good in this situation. All right, are we going to pay Echo or not? Let's see. Gonna pay Echo. Ooh, Smuggler's Copter. Yikes. That's awkward because now he can't. Yeah. Oh man. All this extra life gain too with Oath of Kaya. Not gonna be able to kill Aminatou with just one damage. One point away from killing it with Lightning Bolt here. That would have been good. Really, really weak turn for TukTuk. So looks like we're gonna plus Aminatou. Ooh, Tainted Pact. That's a good one. Could get rid of one of these cards if he doesn't want it. Maybe he doesn't want the Urborg. What are we Tainted Pacting for? Wishclaw Talisman? I don't know. Maybe a counterspell if he needs it. Alright, let's go back to TukTuk. Goblin Warchief. That's pretty good. Oh, it's just so awkward. Not just a little bit short of on the damage to kill Aminatou here. I guess like Smuggler's Copter would be a pretty strong play to play around Oath of Kaya. But I mean that's just like really not producing much value on the board. I think what TukTuk wants is just another land to yeah. So let's see if Grosduk does a Tainted Pact in response here. Yep. So we're either gonna counter this or try to find some artifact removal. There's that Urborg out of the picture. Jace. Could cast Jace, but probably going to be tough to keep that alive against Smuggler's Copter. You kind of need like, yeah, you kind of need like an answer to Smuggler's Copter, I would imagine. Could also try to hit some other payoff to flicker. Deadly Rollick with a Planeswalker commander. Almost like cheating. Really considering Deadly Rollick? I was going to say. Don't even Light and Tutor, I don't think. Tanking on a Light and Tutor, really? I mean, I guess what does he want? Kind of wants to hit either part of that Helm of Obedience, Rest in Peace combo, or Omen of the Sea seems pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna take Omen of the Sea. Another some card advantage engine with Aminatou, but Aminatou is a little bit vulnerable now to Smuggler's Copter. Unless we hit like Force of Will here or something, if he really wants to get that deep into it. Force of Negation. This is a really sweet card. I feel like it's playable even outside of enchantment synergies, ETB synergy type cards. Gitaxian Probe. All right. Too late. You're not too late, Ancient Scion. We're just on game 4. All right, Gitaxian Probe with plenty of life to just throw away. All right, so gonna see Lightning Bolt, Pashlike Mons, and Goblin Warchief. So that does inform. I mean, that's pretty important in terms of keeping Aminatou above, like 4 loyalty or higher. It looks like he drew Thoughtseize, which is actually pretty decent, I guess. Yeah, so I guess if Grosduk Thoughtseize is here, TukTuk could Lightning Bolt the Aminatou in response, but then Aminatou doesn't have to minus this turn. Aminatou could just plus, but then Aminatou dies to Smuggler's Copter in that case. But looks like Grosduk has enough lands such that he could just recast Aminatou. All right, Thoughtseize gets cast. plenty of life to just throw away. Take a Taxian Probe and Thoughtseize. It's kind of nice to have Probe into Thoughtseize. Okay, looks like bolting Aminatou in response as I suspected. That at least makes Grosduk's choices a little more difficult. And I'm going to take probably the War Chief. Yeah, I'm going to take the Haste creature. Which is funny because like whenever I play Grenzo, Pashlik Mons is always like so much more of a problem than any other card. But in this particular matchup, I think the War Chief was a good call. Ooh, we're going to kill Aminatou to blink Omen of the Sea. Yeah, because Aminatou was going to die to Smuggler's Copter anyway. All right, Omen of the Sea comes down once again. Starting to get that card advantage engine really rolling. And the nice thing from TukTuk's point of view here, even though he doesn't know what Grosduk has in his hand, if this thing dies, he gets a 1/1 that can then be used to crew Smuggler's Copter. So that's a pretty effective recovery against mass removal and specifically attacking Planeswalkers. But lots of decisions here. Lots and lots of decisions. And TukTuk's back is certainly up against the wall. Go for the throat. Okay, well, that does not kill Smuggler's Copter, but it's a good card. All right, let's go back to TukTuk's hand. Fatal Push. Ooh. Fatal Push. Not what you want to see. That's pretty much a completely dead card, I suppose. Perfect to bin to Copter, that's true. Yep, that is definitely true. And Grosduk has Go for the Throat, but I think he's just going to want to Supreme Verdict next turn. I mean, like, you're not going to want to Go for the Throat of Mog War Marshal, are you? I guess so. Wow, okay. So the only reason to really do that, I think, is you're just yeah, I guess that way you can Supreme Verdict and totally wipe out the creature base. But yeah, now TukTuk has to decide whether to crew Smuggler's Copter in response, and he does. I mean, there's no way you're not attacking with Smuggler's Copter here, right? All right. And that Fatal Push is going to go straight to the graveyard, I would imagine. I think more than anything, he just kind of wants land here. Ooh, Stink Scourger's not great either. Not as bad as Fatal Push, though. I mean, this is at least a creature. Even if it was... Oh, really? You're going to... Wow. Fatal Push. I guess there's the off chance you want to, like, you know, snap one of Grosduk's creatures that have ETB stuff. Because I guess, like, the Stink Scourger bounces something. All of Grosduk's creatures, and there's only like 4 of them, they have ETB stuff. I think I would have still kept the Stink Scourger myself personally, though, because that at least gets a crew off of Smuggler's Copter. And, like, if you have nothing else to crew Smuggler's Copter, then you really want to, especially when you have Fatal Push in your hand, which is also a pretty crappy card. I mean, you can still play String Scourger as a 2/2, and then you can, like, crew once, and then when Echo comes, even if you don't pay Echo, you can crew it again. That's like two hits worth with the Copter. So that seems a little weird. Let's go back to Grosduk's hand here. Another land. So lots of mana. Wow, just saying go. Interesting. I guess he wants to... He feels like he's at a high enough life total. He just wants to TukTuk to commit more to the board before wrathing. Dragon Skull Summit. That's pretty good. Oath is Cancer. Yeah. Oath is Cancer, yes. I mean, Grosduk... I mean, Oath already gained Grosduk 6 life. Grosduk would have been at 11 right now without that oath, and it's going to gain even more. And but I mean, this Smuggler's Copter really changed the dynamic of this game. I think without this copter, things would have been much, much different. All right, so I guess Grosduk's is taking 6 damage here, and then another 3 if he wraths because of Pashalek Mons. Oh, begin combat, activate Grenzo. Right. Woohoo. Okay. Not that insane, but pretty good. So that's a lot of, that's going to be 3, 4, 6, 8, and then another 4 when he goes to Supreme Verdict. And you get this loot off of Smuggler's Copter. Man, Grenzo can put together an army out of nowhere. Very impressive. Yep, that Fatal Push goes straight to the bin. So blinking the Oath of Kaya is not going to be good enough. So we're even going to crack Omen of the Sea here. Wow. Which is kind of weird, I guess, because you want to, I mean, how you're not casting Supreme Verdict now. Like you kind of got to, right? So we don't know how he's scried. Oh wait. 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay, Wishclaw Talisman. Wishclaw Talisman. All right, Pashalek Mons. Gonna deal 4, so Grosduk's gonna go down to 5. That's pretty low. TukTuk has Goblin Rabblemaster, which is like really good. Because that's multiple things that can crew Smuggler's Copter here. But Wishclaw is certainly going to make things challenging too. Very close. I think Grosduk's going to end this turn at 1 life. Because he's going to get a free Goblin that can attack, and then Rabblemaster is going to crew the Copter. Actually, and then, man, this Copter just drawing and discarding has been really insane too, because got to dig or cycle through Sting Scourger and Fatal Push to draw Rabblemaster and a land. Yeah, Grosduk's gonna be at 1 life, and I guess if he, whoa, lots of lands. I guess if Grosduk plays Aminatou, flickers Oath of Kaya, and then Wishclaw Talismans for like some instant speed removal that can kill a Smuggler's Copter. That's pretty good. So close. There's a land. Isolated Chapel, not great. Okay, so what do you do here if you're a Grosduk? Smuggler's Copter is a hell of a card. Wishclaw. What is there anything that can like blow up a bunch of creatures and artifacts and gain life? I mean, the life gain is within Oath of Kaya. That's pretty clear. I guess we'll find out here. But giving this Wishclaw away to TukTuk could be extremely problematic, considering how many haste creatures are in TukTuk's deck as well. So much tutoring. So much tutoring. Let's take a look at Aminatou list. Trying to see things that deal with like the Smuggler's Copter. I mean, you have... Oh, is this deck not even running Consul's Judgment? Whoa. That's crazy to me. That card's one of the best cards in Esper, I think. But it's double white. That might be the reason. But it's running Palace Jailer, Terminus, Wrath, Supreme Verdict, Elspeth Conquers Death, Parallax Wave. Parallax Wave is a really good one. that maybe that could be what he wants to get here. I'm not seeing anything better than Parallax Wave at the moment. Parallax Wave plus Aminatou could buy him a ton of time. I'm not. Oh, Treachery. Really? Oh, Scoop. Wait, why wouldn't you just get Parallax Wave? Oh, wait. Was Parallax Wave exiled? No, I don't think Parallax Wave was exiled with Tainted Pact. Wow, that was interesting. I think he could have survived with Parallax Wave potentially. All right, so 2-2, full count, and this will be the deciding game. Looks like TukTuk has a pretty good hand here. Goblin Surgeon. Looks like they both kept their opening 7. Looks like a Grosduk's hand. Plenty of 1-drop goblins. Grosduk has Trial of Ambition, which is insane. Tainted Pact and Oath of Kaya also insane. We're seeing a lot of these same cards over and over again. All right, we're gonna go for the beatdown. The beatdown path of the Mog conscripts. See, TukTuk likes the old art for this card for some reason, but not the not the other ones. He says, no mental misstep. Even with Wave is dead to Wishclaw from TukTuk for Bolt. That's true. That's true. Good point, Arshlish. It's the finals, though. You can play it out, I suppose. Playing around that non-existent Blood Moon. Bolt was gone. Bolt was gone. That's true. I think actually Bolt and Chain Lightning were both gone that last game. Tarfire could have done it. Yeah. Tarfire was the one. All right, Goblin Surgeon and Knucklebone Witch. This might be enough to erase the Trial of Ambition, but I kind of doubt it, given that. Well, I guess Surgeon dies, then Knucklebone Witch gets a counter, so that's a 2-power thing. Aminatou would have 2 loyalty, so yeah. Trials Cancer. Everything's Cancer that Aminatou combos with Ancient Simon. These enchantments that make him sack creatures are really oppressive, I will say. Ooh, Mana Tithe and Force Spike. Wow. There's Oath of Kaya. So Goblin Surgeon can save Knucklebone Witch. Probably worth doing, because this being 0 power is like quite bad, I think. Trial and Oath can't possibly beat this. I mean, he beat Oath of Kaya last game. TukTuk says that's worse. TukTuk was all excited that for once Grosduk didn't have mental misstep, but instead he's got Trial plus Oath, so that's definitely worse. Yeah, but all right. We have Munitions Expert. Oh, Munitions Expert can kill a Planeswalker. Ooh, Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide's nice. Could play Goblin Guide. I guess you don't want to play Grenzo, do you? All right. You want to play Grenzo when you have 2 mana to use at least once. So let's see here. We're gonna hit a land. No. Vindicate. Wow, so much hate. Could have sneaked something in under Mana Tithe the Force Spike, but yeah, Slinging Lieutenant is going to be tempting to play, but that also would get Mana Tithe or Force Spiked. We're looking at Grosduk's hand again. Vindicating Knucklebone Witch? Really? I guess that makes sense. Can flash in the Expert. Yeah, can flash in the Expert. Does he want to use the expert when as just a 1/1? There's no planeswalker to hit. Oof, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know if I would do this. Yeah, he's not gonna do it. Ooh, that's a bad draw. Pyrokinesis. So Sling Gang, this would be the turn to cast Sling Gang. Does he know whether he knows about the Yep, here's a Sling Gang. Okay, so he's playing, whether he knows it or not, he's playing around Mana Tithe and Force Spike. Yeah, I think TukTuk, luckily for him, he had just enough power worth of goblins to like be able to kill Aminatou through a flicker of one of these enchantments. All right. Did give him a free land there with Seachrome Coast. All right. In case you're not familiar, Sling Gang Lieutenant's a really nuts card. Puts 2/1 goblins into play when you cast, or when it ETBs, and then you can sack a goblin to have a player lose a life and you gain a life. Grosduk is just flush with cards now. Got the land that he actually was kind of desperate for, but is coming to play tap land, so he's not going to be able to hold up Force Spike or Mana Tithe. So playing Aminatou is not super effective here. Looks like he's just going to say go. Wow. Could TukTuk actually beat Trial of Ambition into Oath of Kaya? That would be insane. All right, looks like TukTuk drew a land. Not the greatest. Question is, does he want to run Grenzo out into Oath of Kaya? He could also play Grenzo as like 4/4. That would get around Oath of Kaya. But this turn, I think Grosduk has Tail's End up, so he's got to be at least a little suspicious of a counterspell, and you don't want to play too much into the board in case there's a Wrath, but looks like Grenzo's gonna come out regardless. Oh man, I would have been tempted to like make Grenzo X = 4, but looks like he's making Grenzo killable by Oath of Kaya, for better or worse. Missing that land on turn 4 was definitely huge. You gotta Tail's End this, right? If you're Grosduk here. I guess you could also Tainted Pact for Sweeper. Man, these Goblin tokens really do a good number against Trial of Ambition. Mana Tithe. Oh. I don't really understand this. Yeah, I don't understand this play very much at all. I mean, you're going to pay the 1, right? Like, I guess this way he prevents a haste goblin from the bottom of the deck, or some sort of goblin lord. But yeah. I mean, I guess he's running out of chances to use the Mana Tithe anyway. Let's see here. What does Goblin Guide hit? Glacial Fortress. Wow. That's pretty good for Grosduk. And I assume we're going to see a Tainted Pact for a sweeper of some sort here at the end of turn. Yeah, I guess Grosduk figures he's not going to have another chance to really use that Mana Tithe super effectively as the game goes forward. And you had a spare mana yourself. Demonic Tutor, are you really thinking about this? Oh, he is. Okay. I guess you're scared of like if you're trying to hit a card and it's like the last card in your deck. That could be really sucky, but I don't know. I'm not an expert on Tainted Pact strategy, but I would imagine you can kind of just wait till you hit the card that you want anyway. So balance is not super great because you'd have to discard a ton of cards, but you could go Tainted Pact. Even Toxic Deluge is not that great. because that's like 3 life plus another 5. Be very low on life. Get 3 life. Oh, gonna go for the balance. Gonna play the land. Guess he was gonna discard the land anyway. So now TukTuk can sack all these goblins to Sling Gang to drain for 5. And oh yeah, Pyrokinesis, that's right. It's so funny. Yeah. This is the second time in this matchup where like one of these free spells that kills creatures has been cast in response to balance. So that's gonna wipe out Grosduk's hand. He's not too happy about it. Wow. But I mean, Grosduk's gonna be able to play Aminatou and then flicker these enchantments kind of ad infinitum. So I still think he's probably favored a little bit. That's a nice spin. Yeah, there's a lot of play to this Goblin deck. It's pretty impressive. But if yeah, I mean, being in top deck mode against Aminatou when they have these 2 enchantments in play is kind of rough. Because like, yep, there goes Grosduk's hand. And we're in top deck mode, except Grosduk has the busted Oath of Kaya and Trial of Ambition on the battlefield. That Munitions Expert actually did do something this game after all. Yeah, they're clicking on a bunch of lands and cards in hand. Guess we'll see TukTuk's hand here first. So I guess if you're TukTuk, you Goblin Chieftain, interesting. Yeah, this is rough. There's really no good option here because you play Goblin Chieftain and it just dies to Oath of Kaya. This is any target Oath of Kaya. That's so insane. Like, maybe you wait till you get your 4th land so you can play Grenzo and activate it immediately. Yeah, not ideal. You want some surprise value off this Goblin Chieftain, I think. I mean, you can, if Aminatou flickers Oath of Kaya to get a life buffer, then Goblin Chieftain can take out Aminatou. Land would have actually been a really good draw there, says Vetinari, yes. So it looks like Grosduk just plus Aminatou. Ooh, Valrest Stronghold. That is a nice draw. Get a creature back from your graveyard. So you can get Slinging Lieutenant back with this. And that might be enough to close this game out. Just do that twice and that's game. Ooh, very, very interesting. Very, very good top deck. In fact, maybe TukTuk just wants to pass the turn and end a turn, do Valrest Stronghold, because playing Grenzo out just gives him an opportunity to flicker Oath of Kaya. You have to really get lucky on your bottom of your deck there. The life gain from Oath, though. Yeah, I mean, it's true. If you can kind of like, well, the thing is like, Aminatou can keep flickering Oath of Kaya, but he would have to use Oath of Kaya to target TukTuk's face to gain the life, because if he targets one of the goblins from Sling Gang can just sacrifice the other goblin. Right, so I think he's deciding. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to play Chieftain here. You really don't want to give Grosduk a free hit off of Oath of Kaya. You really want to have a sack outlet as one of your goblins, I think. I mean, Stronghold plus Sling Gang is very, very strong and really constricts Grosduk's options. Going deep in the tank here because this is an important sequence to think about here because this is the last moments of this finals tournament. If you had one more mana, you kind of could get the best of all worlds. You just play Grenzo, and then upkeep you could activate Grenzo in response to Oath of Kaya. Ooh. Because now if you go upkeep Volrest Stronghold, you're 1 mana short of getting Sling Gang back. I don't know if I would have done this if I were him. Grosduk's in top deck mode. Yeah, I don't think I agree with this line of play. I agree with it if you have one more land. Because Vara Stronghold requires 2 more mana, so you tap this, and this, and you can't get Sling Gang back. You're delaying your chance to get Sling Gang back at least a turn. Goblin Pile Driver. Okay, well that's something, I guess. Yeah, it's pro blue. I mean, if it was, yeah, I don't know. Let's. Toxic Deluge is the draw for Grosduk. Wow, that's that's a good one. I think I would just Deluge and then flicker Oath of Kaya to gain some life. Yeah, it does cost life. That's true. That was just I guess Aminatou. I guess Grosduk knew he was gonna draw that, but effectively it was a top deck. Either way, yeah, I think I would have just tried to get Sling Gang Lieutenant back personally, but yeah. TukTuk says he's trying to remember what I have on bottom. Does TukTuk? Oh. Remember if he knew what he had in the bottom of his deck, but he doesn't. He had no Scry, no Terminus or anything. I think the primary way you know what's on the bottom of your deck is just Scry or Hideaway. It's like the only way you can really know. Both players are really not wanting to screw up here. Oh, mulliganed. No, not this game. That's another way though. Good point. Vetinari. All right, we're gonna flicker Oath of Kaya. Targeting Grenzo. Yeah, yeah, I don't think TukTuk really made the right call there, but we'll see. All right. Land Goblin Chieftain. Okay, so we can Goblin Chieftain and still use Volrest Stronghold. Then what is that? 4 from this and 2 from this. Get him to 3 life. Gets Grosduk to 3 life. And if he attacks Aminatou, could kill Aminatou with just the Pile Driver. But then, how many times has Aminatou cast here from the command zone? I don't know if we can tell. Once. Just once. Okay, so clearly Grosduk has enough mana to recast Aminatou. If we go face, then Aminatou flickers Oath of Kaya, kills one of these, but then the other one can attack again. But the Pile Driver is going to deal 1 damage. Okay, it looks like, wow, Grosduk's gaining a lot of life. I don't think the other benefit to getting Sling Gang back would be like You can get Sling Gang back. Maybe they kill one of the tokens or whatever, but then you play Goblin Chieftain and the other ones are all pumped later on. So, pretty costly exchange there. And now, Grosduk can also play Toxic Deluge if he wants. Got plenty of life buffer now. Deadly Rollick. Oof. Slinging is so good in this matchup. Is Slinging as good for TukTuk as Oath of Kaya is for Grosduk? Not sure. Here comes Aminatou again. So we can flicker Oath of Kaya and play Deadly Rollick if we want to. Suppose you don't really need a Deadly Rollick right away. I think flickering Oath of Kaya, hitting the Chieftain makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think he would have been better off just getting the Sling Gang. But let's see if he remembers the Valras Stronghold here at the end of the turn. Grosduk's at 12 life, which is so much considering how much life was lost this game. Thoughtseize, fetch land, all this other stuff. It's got to get Sling Gang now, right? Like that's got to be the best one. I can't even imagine anything better. Goblin Chieftain? Why? Why would you get Goblin Chieftain? This card negates the life gain from Oath of Kaya and gives you so many more bodies. Oh. I guess you... Oh, this is just a way to kill Aminatou. But if Grosduk has another land, then Aminatu's coming back again. And he doesn't know about the Deadly Rollick, which is probably going to... Yeah. Ooh, ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. I think at this point you just attack face with the Goblin Pile Driver. No, I guess you attack Aminatou again. Just to force him to have to kill itself if he wants to flicker Oath of Kaya. Yep. So much life gain off this Oath of Kaya. Wow. All right, let's go back to Grosduk. Grosduk has Innocent Blood, so just all the creature removal. Doesn't even really need to minus Aminatou this turn necessarily. Yep, gonna draw a card. There's a Polluted Delta. Can help shuffle away a unwanted card, potentially. But you might want to just cast Innocent Blood this turn, honestly. No point in casting Toxic Deluge. But you probably want access to the Toxic Deluge eventually. Alright, there's the Innocent Blood. Which is also much better than it would have been otherwise if Sling Gang were in play. And extra goblin bodies were lying around. But I guess the Deluge would have probably taken care of that by now. Let's see if TukTuk cracks the code here this time. Goblin Guide? Wow, we really want Aminatou dead, don't we? And Aminatou put or Grosduk put a land on top. I really don't. I don't know if I agree with this strategy. All right. Back up to 20 in no time and get a free Polluted Delta for your trouble. So Aminatou can be recast after all of that hard work. Oh, right. Grenzo comes back out. Is Grenzo going to be gigantic? Nope, just a 2/2. All right, I guess he's wanting to keep 2/2/2s in play just because, you know, that way I'll have something to kill Aminatou with. Spellseeker is the draw for Grosduk. I already cast Balance, but there goes Toxic Deluge for 2, and follow it up with a Spellseeker, getting I don't know, Counterspell. Really, he needs to deal with this. I mean, if I were Grosduk, I would try to find a way to kill this Volrath Stronghold, but I don't think. There's a instant or sorcery. Converting mana cost 2 or less, I can do that unless he has Sinkhole in his deck, which I highly doubt. Okay. So much tutoring. And TukTuk can also upkeep. Oh, he put Grenzo in the graveyard. Interesting. So he could Volrath Stronghold the Grenzo back and recast Grenzo, but then not gonna have enough mana to activate Grenzo. But I kind of like putting him in the graveyard. Getting Enlightened Tutor with Spellseeker. And you got the land, so what are we going to Enlighten Tutor for? Wishclaw Talisman? Yeah, probably Wishclaw Talisman. That probably will put it out of reach. All right. Did TukTuk just draw for his turn? Oh, no. He didn't use Volrath Stronghold on upkeep. Oh, no. That could have been. That's an easy mistake to make, especially if you don't have your stop set. But my heart is dying for this Sling-Gang just sitting in the graveyard this many turns. I mean, why wouldn't you play your land too? Because you're wanting to play. I mean, I think you want to play like a big Grenzo, and then like a Grenzo that's 4/4 to dodge the Oath, and then like try to hit some goblins which can dodge Trial of Ambition. Because at this point, I'm just assuming that he's giving up on this Sling-Gang strategy. So for Grosduk's sake, I think. Oops. Yeah, it's got to be Wishclaw Talisman, right? It's pretty good. So Wishclaw is interesting. I don't even know if he wants to use it right away. Giving TukTuk a chance to tutor might be a little rough too. Really interesting game here for the finals. Oath of Kaya just putting in massive amounts of work. So, Tutorception. Spellseeker into Enlightened Tutor into Wishclaw, yeah. Pure so. Yeah, I think it's more mana efficient to just play Aminatou this turn. If you're worried about Goblin Guide, you can just plus Aminatou. You don't have to worry about it. And every time you get back Goblin Guy to try to kill Aminatou, there's a decent chance they're going to get a land, which makes Aminatou being recast like that much more likely. We're going to plus. Oh, we're going to flicker Spellseeker. Oh yeah, Spellseeker can block Goblin Guide too, so that's kind of whatever. So I think just getting like a counterspell here should seal the deal. And what else is there to get? What else is there to get with Spellseeker? Demonic Tutor for the ultimate tutorception. I think we already had that this game. I don't know. I would think to maybe just get Counterspell. Yeah. Between tutors and Goblin Recruiter, so much downtime in this game. This matchup. Missed 1 damage. Missed 1 damage with the Spellseeker. That's what it's gonna come down to. Yikes. Interesting game though. Swords to Plowshares. Okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, swords, but that's all the more reason to get this Sling Gang Lieutenant. You just gotta get the Sling Gang Lieutenant going, I feel. Let's see if he does it this time. Grenzo. I think Grenzo's just gonna get exiled by Swords to Plowshares. I don't really understand this. You know he has Swords to Plowshares and Trial and Oath of Kaya. I guess he's gonna try to go for a small Grenzo and then activate it a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could play a land. Activate Grenzo 3 times. I mean that's pretty good. I mean it's probably better than making a big Grenzo at this point, especially given all the Swords to Plowshares and whatnot. I don't know. This game might be too far out of reach for TukTuk at this point. You want to hit something with haste and or a lord. Flame Slash. That's rough. Goblin Lackey. Okay. I can soak up a Trial of Ambition. Last chance. It's in the good. And a land. Womp womp. Woo! Not ideal. TukTuk says, oh well. I mean, if you're TukTuk, can't be feeling too good about this situation. Aminatou is a very strong card. Just keeps coming back. One of those cards. These are the Grenzo pulls you're familiar with. He's usually very, very good with hitting amazing cards like Goblin Chieftain and Recruiter. All right, yet another tutor we have to sit through. Okay. TukTuk's not throwing in the towel just yet. Just like, can we get this Helm Rest in Peace combo going? Put him out of his misery. Rest in Peace, maybe? I mean, Rest in Peace is just good against Volrest Stronghold too, right? Okay, we're gonna Swords Grenzo, I assume? Yep. Alright, so he has to pay the iron price again. Is it an exit? No. Okay. 3 times played. Okay, there's Jace. Okay, this is probably writing on the wall territory here. Build Force of Negation and Spell Snare, but look at this board. Insane. Insane. Aminatou looks like he's closing in on second victory, two months straight in a row. I don't see what TukTuk can do to get back from this at this point. We did play. We did see Tainted Pack get played already. Is there another way to deck yourself with for Jace? Aminatou? Oh, no upkeep Volrest Stronghold either. Oh. Oh no. Gotta set a stop on your upkeep when you have this card. But like, I mean, what is he gonna play? Grenzo again? Is this like a 10 mana 2/2? Six, seven, eight. No. Got 1 mana free. This is just Stronghold won't save him. I think there was a window where a Stronghold would have saved him to get Sling Gang going, but yeah, I mean, this is not pretty at this point. Okay, we had sort of, let's look at Grosduk's hand again. Mana Leak. Mana Leak land. I'm kind of curious what the card is that wins with Jace now left in the deck now that Tainted Pack's gone. Oh, Snapcaster, that's right. All right, the GGs have been sent. So, yeah, that's it. We're going to snap back Tainted Pact and then win with Jace. Cool, good games, guys. That was really exciting game 3. TukTuk says it was fun but frustrating. Welcome to playing as Aminatou. I got my ass handed to me by Aminatou plenty of times in these tournaments these last few months. It's a very popular commander right now for control players. Kind of like some people say the only real viable option for control. But GG's, fellas. Yeah, that really interesting game. A lot of decisions. Let's see what I mean. I'm sure we know what TukTuk's thought process is there, but like I said, I think going for the Sling Gang would have been a lot more effective. All right, let's see who let's see the breakdown of this final bracket here. It was going to be a little bittersweet if TukTuk won in a way too, because that one game that got messed up and Grosduk got disconnected. I mean, he was in a commanding position at the time, so this seems like maybe a little bit of justice for that. But all in all, sweet finals, and yeah, the disconnection was unfortunate. All right, 3-2, Grosduk. Congratulations, Grosduk. I am embarrassed to say I cannot remember if he's won before, but either way, that's quite an accomplishment. There's some really good players in this league, so you're welcome. Thank you guys for watching and sticking with us for this whole 2 hours. My page is loading very, very slowly for whatever reason. Basically, we have Grosduk, then TukTuk, then Japanese Man in 3rd, and Donzier in 4th place. But yeah, we have once again, sign up for the September League is live. I just put a link in the Discord for that. And if you're not in the Discord, well, you should be, of course. Links for all these things are also in the description under Twitch or YouTube if you're watching there. Just check the little info panels underneath. There it goes. Okay. So we should be able to, if this thing loads properly, should be able to just end the tournament. Oh, am I not logged in here? I don't know. I think challenges will be a little messed up, but anyway. Oh, there we go. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you next month. Here's the final breakdown. Dun, dun, dun. Congratulations, everybody. See you next month, and goodbye.